What is Ichimoku? I get asked this question a lot, and I wanted to show people exactly how the lines are drawn, what they mean, and how they can be used to find support and resistance. To do this, I'm going to use an animation where we're going to look at price as it moves along and how these lines are drawn. The lowest period of these lines is the Tenkan-sen, and that's based on 9 bars. Rather than averaging the closing prices together like a moving average would do, what it's going to do is show the midway point, the median of these 9 bars. So from the bar that we're currently in right now, 9 bars back is going to draw us a line to show us where that middle point is. So when we put this on the chart, we can see how this red line has been drawn as the halfway point of every 9 bars as price has moved along. If we want to confirm this, we can always just take a little 50% retracement here and see that yes, we're coming in at that 50% level, and that's going to be for these 9 bars where our Tenkan-sen is going to be located at any given time on a chart. Now, if we let price continue to move on its journey, we'll see that that red line will move when highs and lows are broken from the range. If no high or low is broken, that's going to stay pretty flat. There broke the low, moved it down. There it did not break the low or the high, and so it's going flat for us. And that's going to be very, very important to us finding support and resistance levels. Now, let's look at the next one. The next line down is the 26 period middle, which is going to be called the Kijun-sen. That's going to represent the middle point of the high and the low of 26 bars back from the current bar. When we put it on the chart, it looks something like this. Notice how this high has moved up the green line because it broke this 26 period range, and it's gone flat as this bar has not broken any high or low. Also that it's moving as price has moved up, but not quite as quickly as the 9 period Tenkan-sen because it's based on 26 bars instead of the prior 9. So now if we let price move forward, we're going to see we break a high, that moves up just a little bit, as does the Tenkan-sen, and as it goes further, that line, the Kijun-sen, is moving up with the new highs that we're making. Once price begins to come off that high, it's going to go flat right about there, not breaking a high, not moving the line, staying flat, moving up with the new high, moving up as price goes along. The next line, and the most important line because it encompasses the most number of bars, is the Senkau B, which is 52 bars of price. We draw this all the way back from this bar to here to give us the halfway point of that range, the 52 bar range. But there's one important thing that we have to do to this to really get to the Ichimoku that we're familiar with, and that is we have to move this forward 26 bars to create the first part of the Ichimoku Kumo cloud. Once we've shifted it forward, now we see where the Senkau B resides out into the future. This creates the same flat lines that we can use as levels, except it pushes it forward, showing a longer term support or resistance level, and it allows us to forecast in the future where that support or resistance may come into play. The last line based on support or resistance is the Senkau A, and it is drawn as the halfway point of the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen shifted forward along with the Senkau B to here, 26 bars in the future. What this now creates is the cloud that is so unique to Ichimoku that acts as a longer term support or resistance into the future. On some charts it may even shade in the cloud to show us what is unique about it. So now that we have all of our Ichimoku lines in place, we can see how they begin to move as price goes along. This broke a high here, so that future cloud, the Senkau B of it, is moving up very slightly. Now it's moving up as the lows of the range are going away. Tenkan-sen is staying flat as price does not break any highs or lows. Kijun-sen is moving up as the range gets smaller and smaller to current price. The Senkou B is staying flat because we really haven't changed the range in 52 bars, even with a big move like that. And now what we can say is that price is pulling back to this cloud to act as a sort of non-linear support or resistance. The final line that you'll see in Ichimoku charts is the Chikou span. That's the purple line that we've drawn here. It is simply the closing price of the current bar shifted backwards 26 bars. A lot of people online prefer to ignore this, but I think it's very, very important. We use this as a momentum indicator. In other words, where is price now versus where was it in the past? This can be very important to knowing if a chart is showing strong momentum, in other words, it's been trending, or if momentum is gradually getting weaker as it gets closer and closer to price. Once put together, we now have the complete Ichimoku set. And we can begin to watch price as it moves through its journey, moving the lines up or down, depending on highs and lows being broken, along with the Chikou keeping pace with the closing price of the bar as it goes along. There are several strategies that we can use Ichimoku for. A lot of people try to use it as if it were a moving average where you take a Tinkinson cadence and cross, but the best way is to look for these levels to go flat and watch to see if price respects that support or resistance level. You also want to make sure that you're above the cloud or below the cloud if you're to tell you if you're bullish or bearish. If all your lines are pointing in the direction of price, that means that you're breaking new highs and something is going bullish. The reverse would be true for bearish. So what we would say about this chart is, as long as it's above the cloud, we are bullish in the long term. As long as we keep on making new highs and our Tinkinson and Cadenson are moving up, we're in a very strong bullish trend. Momentum in this case is strong as it's very far away from price. And from here, what we would look at is the Cadenson to be one potential strong support, or the bottom of this cloud, the Senkou B, to also be a strong support as well. I really hope that gives people that are watching an idea for what exactly these lines are, what they mean, and how Ichimoku traders should be using them.